representative of the Minister of Communication, Inspector General of the Minister of Youth Affairs and Civic Education, directors and officials of equivalent status, Madam the President of the Executive Bureau of the Cameroon National Youth Council, here represented, leaders of youth associations and movements, media professionals, dear youth. The government, through the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Civic Education, will be conducting a nationwide renewal of the governing bodies of the Cameroon National Youth Council. Indeed, as you all know, in order to promote youth participation in the decision-making process, the government, under the very high impetus of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, proceeded in 2009 in collaboration with its development partners to set up the Cameroon National Youth Council, a dialogue, consultation, coordination and action body of youth organizations and movements in our country. To carry out its mission successfully, this umbrella body of youth organizations, associations and movements operating under the supervisory authority of Minister of Youth Affairs and Civic Education has executive bureaus at the subdivisional, divisional, regional and national levels as provided for in its articles of association. Thus, after its first 2 mandates, current Cameroon National Youth Council officials were elected in March 2018 for a 3-year term. These mandates expired in March 2020 and were further extended for 1 year by the decision of 5th April 2021 because of the challenges involved in managing the COVID-19 pandemic. At the end of this extended tenure, the Minister of Youth Affairs and Civic Education made a commitment to accompany the renewal process of Cameroon National Youth Council governing bodies at all levels. In this respect, preparations for these renewal operations began in April 2022 with the updating of the revised Cameroon National Youth Council text and the file of youth associations and movements in view of their affiliation to the CNYC, that's the Cameroon National Youth Council, following the decision of 6 April 2022, setting the electoral calendar for the 2022 financial year, which still runs until 17 December 2022. This crucial stage made it possible to finalize the Cameroon National Youth Council text adopted at the General Assembly in December 2021 and to identify thousands of youth associations and movements in all the 10 regions which are eligible to participate in the electoral process. It is worth noting that the new Cameroon National Youth Council text have introduced some major innovations, among which the replacement of the permanent secretariat by more operational commissions model on decentralization notably, the conferring of the status of volunteer to executive members of the various bodies in order to provide them with a minimum for subsistence and action in their mission, the inclusion of young people from the diaspora with the creation of a post of third vice president specifically for them, and the revision of the number of members of the General Assembly to facilitate its regular holding. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Civic Education is so doing everything possible to ensure the smooth and successful conduct of these elections. To date, framework and orientation documents have already been made available to all stakeholders involved in the electoral exercise on the field. To facilitate the smooth conduct of this electoral exercise, coordination teams have been set up in each of the 10 regions and a monitoring team at the central level. The overall mission of these made up of MINJEC staff and partner sector structures is to accompany their field collaborators in ensuring the proper conduct and success of these elections. Furthermore, I would like to congratulate the members of the Executive Bureau of the Cameroon National Youth Council who, to ensure the success of these renewal operations, have designed and made available a digital platform for a better management of youth associations and movements that are members of the Cameroon National Youth Council electoral body. Through this initiative, the government will certainly be able to have a comprehensive knowledge of youth associative movements by means of the unique identification numbers that will be generated. This will add to the transparency and credibility of the ongoing renewal process of the bodies of the Cameroon National Youth Council. Therefore, at the end of the evaluation of the preparations made during today's meeting by the regional delegates of our ministry, and following the presentation made during the same meeting of the above-mentioned digital platform designed by the members of the Executive Bureau of the Cameroon National Youth Council to facilitate the said process, we can safely conclude that youths are ready to participate in the renewal of their bureaus at all levels. To this end, we have decided to convene the Electoral College for the renewal of the governing bodies of the Cameroon National Youth Council as per the following calendar. 30th of November 2022, election of members of executive bureaus, auditors, and members of the thematic networks in all municipalities. 3rd December 2022, election of members of executive bureaus and auditors in all divisions. 7th December 2022, election of members of executive bureaus and auditors in all regions. 10th December 2022, election of members of the National Executive Bureau and auditors. In this respect, I'm calling on all Cameroonian youth who are members of the Electoral College to keep being Republicans, to go to the polls while fully complying with the legal provisions in force and to respect the results of the ballot box. It is my hope that the choices made by the voters will be for patriotic, active, and entrepreneurial young leaders who are fully committed and devoted to participate in the development of our nation, so that long live the Cameroonian youth, long live the Cameroon National Youth Council, long live Cameroon and her illustrious head of state, His Excellency Paul Biya. Thank you for your kind attention.